Hello, everyone, and welcome to my New Japan Cup 2020 Round 1 review. Of course, there's going to be no crowds for these next four shows I'm going to be reviewing. But New Japan, it's running in this, little warehouse, so it kind of looks like it's that by design here in these first two shows. The last two shows are at Corkinall, so it's a little bit tougher to kind of be like, but Corkinall's still a kind of smallish venue anyway, so it's not as small as that warehouse they were working, but still, it's on the same breath nonetheless. So, there's no crowd, so let's see if the action's still going to be the same as it is when there is a crowd. It's going to be very tough to kind of keep that same energy, but we'll see what happens. As Togi Makabe versus Yota Tsuji is the opener for the first show, let alone here at the first show in the New Japan Cup. As Makabe gets his immigrant song ripoff that usually gets blocked by New Japan World to play, so that's fun. What a fun way to kick off New Japan World. As Yota Tsuji, right when the bell rings, hits a spear on Makabe, who kicks out at two. Makabe drives Tsuji's head into the apron and on the outside. Single leg Boston Crab from Makabe. Yota Tsuji's got to get to the ropes. He does so. A big shoulder block from Yota Tsuji as he collapses after delivering it. A vertical suplex from Yota Tsuji. Makabe kicks out. A body slam followed up by a Boston Crab from Yota Tsuji, which Makabe then powers out of it. Tsuji peppers him with some forearms. A ducks the lariat and hits another spear, and again Makabe has to kick out. Makabe then murders poor Yota Tsuji with a lariat. A fantastic bump, by the way. Just Jesus, that was really an incredible bump for a young lion to pull off. Makabe hits a German suplex with a bridge, and he gets the win. Yota Tsuji is really coming together. That was a great display by him in that matchup. I was really impressed by what he could do, even in this limited role, as that bump he took on the lariat. He's really coming into his own. He's going to be a guy that in the next decade, maybe even this decade, obviously this decade, but he's going to be someone that's going to be part of that never open weight division, I think. That's going to be, it's going to be fucking killing it, from the looks of things so far. As on to our next matchup, it's Toru Yano versus Jado. Jado looks to use the kendo stick early. Referee takes away as Yano hits Jado with a corner buckle pad. Jado finally takes the bump from it as Yujiro attacks Yano, throws him into the barricade, and then throws Yano back into the ring. Gedo distracts the ref for a double team back suplex from Yujiro and Jado. Yano exposes another buckle, as this time Jado using the buckle pad on Yano, as Gedo comes in to try to hold Yano while Jado hits him with a kendo stick. Gedo gets shoved in Yujiro by Yano, double low blow from Yano, and then he follows up with a roll-up on Jado, and he gets the win. Yano's going to Yano, as that pretty much sums up that, as he advances to the second round. As Hiromu Takahashi versus Tomoaki Hanma, as they trade shoulder blocks with Hanma getting the advantage. Hiromu with a running drop kick off the apron. Hiromu with a hilarious spot of clapping, getting the crowd hyped up for the spot, and then he runs around the ring, and he drop kicks Hanma into the barricade. That was just a fun, well-timed little. It was hilarious. Just hearing just the emptiness of just clapping, and that's only what Hiromu could do best. It's Hanma with a flying forearm in the corner. He goes for the Kokeshi, but Hiromu rolls out of the way. As Hiromu this time tries the Kokeshi of his own, and he also misses. Then Hiromu hits a Death Valley driver on the apron. Jesus Christ, apron spot when no one's in the fucking crowd. If there's going to be people who are going to do that spot, it would be Hiromu Takahashi and Tomoaki Hanma. Then probably followed by Kota Ibushi and somebody else. But I don't think Zack Sabre Jr. is taking that spot. But nonetheless, though, as Hanma manages to get back in the ring and Hiromu stands on Hanma's neck, couple of dads with some broken necks is what I would describe this match. As they trade chops, Hiromu hits a super kick, runs off the ropes, hits a leaping Kokeshi, followed by a regular Kokeshi, then a third Kokeshi onto Hiromu. He pins Hiromu as Hiromu kicks out at two. As the Hanma goes for a middle rope Kokeshi. Hiromu rolls out of the way, rolls up Hanma, who kicks out at two. Hanma runs into a lariat from Hiromu. Hanma again kicks out. This time at one, though, a time bomb for Hiromu, and that's all she wrote. Hiromu Takahashi wins. That's a fun little match. I'm going to say that that's going to be the best match out of these first four matches here on night one, but we'll see, though. As El Desperado was Tomohiro Ishii the main event. Kyle and Elbow tie up to start this one up. As Ishii pushes Desperado towards the ropes. Desperado counters with a clean break, only to pet Ishii's head like a dog to mock him. Desperado with repeated Irish rips into the corner. Ishii counters and mauls Desperado in the corner with elbows. A huge spine buster from Desperado. Ishii hits a brain buster. Fighting Spirit from Desperado, who gets right back up, but he runs into a power slam from Ishii. Ishii goes for a powerbomb. He's got it, but then lets go, holding onto his knee, and a desperation out of pain. And Sheer just had to let it go. But Desperado takes a perfect little bump. It was kind of weird. Like it throws you off when you see something that was supposed to be designed to be so ugly, and then Desperado just fucking nails a perfect bump out of it. As a stacked powerbomb pin from Ishii, Desperado kicks out at 2. Sliding forearm from Ishii, and again Desperado kicks out. Good God, what a fucking display from Desperado there. Desperado tries to shove Ishii in the red shoes. Ishii stops it. Desperado low blows him, rolls him up. Ishii kicks out. Ishii headbutts Desperado and lariat, and Desperado again kicks out. This match has no right of being this good, and back and forth. Jesus, as this is it's pretty back and forth. As a roll up from Desperado, again Ishii's got to kick out. Brainbuster again from Ishii, and this time he gets the win. Dear God, what a back and forth matchup between El Desperado and Tomohiro Ishii, as that was way more back and forth than what it needed to be, and what I assumed going into it. But it being the main event, it has to fill a 2-hour time slot. I should have known this is being the main event. It was going to be more back and forth going into it. But fair fucks to El Desperado. I personally really dig Desperado. I think he's been someone I've enjoyed for years now that's been very underappreciated in New Japan. He's got such a unique style in the ring. It works. A slow style for a junior in New Japan, which is very refreshing. And for him to have this kind of big time, kind of heavyweight matchup with Tomohiro Ishii, he was on the same kind of level. So that was really surprising. But that was the first night. I'm still going to go with Hiromu and Hama being the best match of the night for that night. But if you pick Desperado Ishii, don't blame me at all, as that was also a very good match. As the second night, we go to Taiji Shimori versus Gabriel Kidd. Gabriel Kidd has gotten jacked, as I need to see a before and after picture from when he was on the Indies in the UK to now. Just a great job by him. He's just getting jacked as fuck for New Japan. Gabriel Kidd drop kicks Ishimori midair after he leaps off the middle rope. Vertical suplex from Kidd. Ishimori kicks out at 2. Kidd blocks the springboard runner, countering with a Boston Crab. And then Ishimori has a Umaplata crossface, and Gabriel Kidd has got to tap out. And that's it. Yeah, simply put, this is exactly what it should have been. Easy win for Ishimori, nothing more. As Yui Uemura taking on Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Uemura jumpstarts the match, drop-kicking Kanemaru off the apron. Uemura with a body slam. Kanemaru kicks out at 2. A figure 4 headlock from Kanemaru. Uemura gets out of it and hits a big vertical suplex. A running back elbow into the corner from Uemura. A double arm lock overhead suplex. And Kanemaru has to kick out at 2. Uemura pulls out multiple roll-ups that Kanemaru kicks out of. A jumping DDT off the middle ropes from Kanemaru, and he gets the win there. As poor Uemura was doing all that shit, and he's going to be so good. He's already pretty good right now in this limited role, but there, it was kind of really showcasing that, like, this fucking kid can go. But we'll see in the near future. That's for sure how well he can really go. As now we have for round 2. Bullet Club versus Bullet Club match is now set. How fun. It was going to be Kanemaru and Ishimori. As Minoru Suzuki versus Yuji Nagata. My match of the night for night 2. Bell rings. They trade forearm shots in the center of the ring. They start trading palm strikes for about 5 minutes. And we're 5 minutes in now after the palm strikes are being traded and whatnot. And still both men have not taken a bump. I love it. As our first bump comes from Suzuki tripping the leg of Nagata and locking in a knee bar. Nagata gets to the ropes. Suzuki grabs a bucket that's filled with bottles of water underneath the ring, hits Nagata with it, and then hits, and when Nagata gets hit in the head with a bottle of water, Nagata sells it. Tremendous. As Suzuki slams a chair down on Nagata's arm. Suzuki goes for a PK kick in the ring. Nagata catches the kick. Nagata drops Suzuki with some body kicks, follows up with a PK kick. A Yakuza kick from Nagata in the corner goes for the exploder. Suzuki blocks it, drops Nagata down with a sleeper. As Nagata blocks the gotcha-style pile driver with a backdrop. They trade forearm strikes again. They also trade palm strikes again. Suzuki with a headbutt that drops Nagata to one knee. Nagata gets up, only to get headbutted again by Suzuki. Both men this time hitting the mat. They both get up, trade shots again. Nagata gets a bloody lip from this. Exploded from Nagata. Suzuki with some firing spirit. with some fighting spirit rather than firing spirit. As fighting spirit goes for the duck down sleeper. Nagata counters the Saito suplexes the bridge, and it gets the win. Fantastic. Two New Japan dads beating shit out of each other. Loved every second of it. Blue Justice forever. As the main event for this night, for night 2, Kazuchika Okada versus Geto. Geto comes out in an arm sling inside the ring. Underneath the arm sling is a spray can. He blinds Okada, who tries to spray Okada with it, but he gets knocked out of his hands by Okada. He saw it coming. Geto then starts the match with his back on the mat, trying to pull a fast one on Okada, trying to roll him up, but Okada stops that from happening. Geto reaches in his jacket and hits Okada with a wrench. Geto gets a table and hits Okada with it. Geto hits Okada with a chair on the outside. DDT from Okada in the ring pins Geto, who kicks out. Okada goes for the drop kick. Geto hangs onto the ropes, overhead over the leg neck breaker from Okada. Geto shoves Okada in the red shoes, then low blows Okada. Geto grabs some brass knuckles that were hidden in the ring post, and he hits Okada with the brass knuckles. He crawls to red shoes, waking him up. Geto clutch on Okada, and he kicks at it too. Geto goes for the Blade Runner on Okada, who sends him off the ropes. Okada sidesteps the drop kick. Jado comes in, distracts the ref. Geto looks like he was gonna hit Okada with the brass knuckles. Okada sidesteps it and then sends him off the ropes, hits the drop kick, and hits Jado off the apron. Tombstone from Okada. He locks in a modified sit-down $1 Million Dream afterwards and makes him tap out. I like it. You know, Okada didn't need to do anything major in the win. I still think it went on too long. Should have been like 5 minutes tops. That's just me, but again, that's what's going to happen when we have a 2-hour show to fill in time. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But Okada wins, and he's going to face Blue Justice Yuji Nagata in the second round. That's going to be fucking lit. As on to the night 3 of the first round. You have Ryusuke Taguchi versus Sanada. Collar and elbow tie from Taguchi. Sanada drives Taguchi up against the ropes. Taguchi and Sanada trade holds with both men pretty much at a stalemate. Taguchi tries to pull a fast one over on Sanada, offering a double fist bump. He tries to kick Sanada, who grabs a hold of his leg. Sanada drops the leg. Sanada goes for a double fist bump of his own. Taguchi stops it, and they both try to kick each other as Taguchi slams his leg to the mat and locks in a Paradise Lock. Sanada gets out of it and then locks in Taguchi within a Paradise Lock of his own. As Sanada goes for a back suplex, Taguchi lands on his feet. Taguchi goes for a flying hip attack, and Sanada just sidesteps out of the way of that. As Sanada goes for a sunset flip, Taguchi rolls through it, hits the drop kick. Sanada goes for the slingshot plancha. Taguchi rolls back in the ring in time, as then hits Sanada with a run-up crossbody off the middle buckle onto the outside there. As Taguchi counters, skulls in with an ankle lock. That was actually a really good counter. Sanada tries to knock him off, and Taguchi keeps the lock locked in on the ankle. Sanada tries for the Enziguri to break it free, but again, Taguchi drops down for the counter and then just keeps the ankle lock applied. Again, a really nice counter. As Sanada finally counters the ankle lock, though, as he counters it with an ankle lock of his own. He rolls Taguchi forward and then locks and skulls in. Taguchi with a roll-up on Sanada, who kicks out at 2. Sanada counters the flying hip attack with atomic drop and then rolls up Taguchi, getting the win. A fun start for night 3. I enjoyed that match. A lot of good stuff from that. But here we fucking go. Sho versus Shingo Takagi. Bell rings, Sho charges him. Lariat Shingo. Shingo remains on his feet. They trade shoulder blocks until Sho levels Shingo with a lariat. Just fantastic stuff. Sho with a drop kick. Shingo fires up. Lays out Sho with a shoulder block. DDT on the outside by Shingo. Jumping knee drop from Shingo inside the ring. Shingo with an awesome counter to the spear. Just locking him in. A front face lock. Just a simple counter, but it just looked great. Sho counters with a vertical suplex. A spear from Sho gets a 2 count. Back elbow stops Sho in his tracks as Shingo lays him out with a standing lariat. As a power bomb from Shingo goes for the gory bomb, but Sho blocks it. Amazing Saito suplex from Shingo. Fighting spirit from Sho, though. Multiple German suplexes. Shingo's got to grab the ropes to stop it. A pumping bomber from Shingo into a sliding lariat. And then he follows up with a gory bomb if that's not enough. And still, Shingo kicks at it too. A sunset flip. Power bomb long blow out of the corner from Sho. Holy shit. That rocked. What a fucking lariat too by Shingo. By Sho, rather. Shingo has to kick at it too. As deadlift German suplex from Sho gets a 2 count. Main Japan from Shingo gets a 2 count. Pumping bomber from Shingo, and again, Sho kicks out. And then Sho hits like an awesome mini shock arrow from Sho, on Shingo rather. As Shingo just kind of like planted his head. There wasn't really like a lot of build up to it. It just was like a little mini polar pile driver, but instead it was, it's the mini shock arrow. And then he follows up with an actual shock arrow, and he gets the win. Show advances. Hell yeah, what a fucking match. The best match out of the first round, for sure, without a doubt. Not even, I don't need to see the rest of night 3 or even the end of all of night 4. I already know this is the best fucking match of the tournament. There's no way this is gonna get topped. That was awesome. Awesome to see Sho get the win too, as well, as I'm all about Sho getting a round 2 advancement. As on to the next match, it's Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr. Starts out with a bit of a feeling out process. Zack grabs a hook and on Ibushi, and he drags him down to the mat. Ibushi gets to the ropes to break it, and Ibushi with some leg kicks that floors Zack Sabre Jr. back down to the mat. Zack grabs an ankle locket again. Ibushi has to get to the ropes. Ibushi with some kicks to the body, follows it up with a standing moonsault that gets a 2 count. Standing Rana from Ibushi, and Zack heads to the floor. Ibushi was going to go for the golden triangle, but Zack moved to the other side of the ring. As Zack Sabre Jr. with a European uppercuts into the corner, as Ibushi floors him with a standing Lariat. A crucifix pin from Zack Sabre Jr. gets a 2 count. Zack transitions that pin attempt into a triangle choke, which Ibushi powerbombs his way out of it. Zack gets back to his feet, only get taken down by a Pele kick. Kamagori by Kota Ibushi, and that's it. Kota Ibushi gets the win. Wow, that was surprisingly shorter than anticipated. Probably the best, following that Sho Shingo match. So we're gonna have Sho and Sonata round 2, and now we get to see who faces Ibushi as it's the main event for night 3. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Taichi. Taichi attacks Tanahashi during his entrance. Taichi with a head kick that floors Tanahashi right as he gets back to his feet. Tanahashi fires back, only to get cut off again by Taichi. Taichi takes the fight to the empty Cork Hall arena and slams Tanahashi up against the folded up bleachers. Flying forearm from Tanahashi once they return to the ring. A middle rope flipping senton from Tanahashi gets a 2 count, as I'm just going so fast now. Tanahashi counters the Yakuza kick with a dragon screw leg whip. They trade shots with Taichi getting the best of the exchange thanks to the soul butt. Saito suplex from Taichi. Tanahashi counters the Saito suplex attempt with a sling blade. Another sling blade for Tanahashi. A standing high fly flow from Tanahashi. Goes for another high fly flow, just the regular version. But Doki blocks Tanahashi from getting up climbing the top rope. As Taichi with a low blow into the ghetto clutch where Tanahashi's distracted, who kicks at it too. A last ride power bomb from Taichi. Tanahashi kicks at it too. Taichi drops Tanahashi with a forearm shot, and another Saito suplex from Taichi, an enziguri from Taichi, and the pants are off. He hits the super kick, and then he hits the Black Mephisto, and hell fucking yeah, Taichi wins. He did it! Upset for Taichi over Hiroshi Tanahashi, as Taichi goes to the second round, and it's going to be Taichi versus Kota Ibushi. That's going to be fucking awesome. As set for round 2, what a fun match that will be. As now we're on to the last night of the first round matches. Night 4, we start off with Yo versus Bushi. The match I'm looking forward the most of night 4, which is a very sad statement, but here we are, we kick off with it. They trade chops. Yo with a Rana sends Bushi to the floor. Slingshot plancha from Yo. Bushi with a neckbreaker on the guardo. That was actually a really nice spot. Flying forearm by Yo. Drop kicks off the top rope by Yo. Drop kick off the top rope, rather. I really got tongue-tied there. Dragon screw leg whip by Yo. Drop kick from Bushi. DDT on the middle rope by Bushi. Multiple German suplexes from Yo. Bushi kicks out of 2. A backcracker from Bushi. As always, love that he uses the backcracker as he, finishes the MX. When Bushi hits an awesome version of the MX out of a TKO, that could have been very bad, very quickly. That could have looked like shit and looked like a sloppy mess. But that worked out really well. And then he hits the regular MX off the middle rope, and he gets the win. Bushi advances to the second round. Tenzan versus Yoshihashi. As Tenzan floors Yoshihashi with a shoulder block. They trade chops on the outside. A spinning wheel kick from Tenzan. Super kick from Yoshihashi. Into the running double knees. Tenzan kicks out of 2. A set-out powerbomb in the corner by Yoshihashi. Gets a 2 count. A headbutt from Tenzan. STF from Tenzan. A little shout-out to Masahiro Chono there. Goes for the top rope moonsault. Yoshihashi rolls out of the way. He goes for the swanton, but Tenzan also rolls out of the way. Colliding lariats. Tenzan locks in the Anaconda Vice as Yoshihashi gets out of it, and then locks in his butterfly lock, and it makes Tenzan tap out. Bushi versus Yoshihashi, set for the second round. Bit of a yawn. As let's move on to the next match. Hiroki Goto versus Yujiro Takahashi. As skull and elbow tie by as Goto pushes Yujiro into the ropes. Vertical suplex by Goto. Reverse DDT on the outside by Yujiro. A discus glared from Goto. Goten having a bit of a back-and-forth matchup with Yujiro is just killing me. This was like Ishii having a bit of a back-and-forth with Despy, but at least that match was a lot better. This match, not so much. This is a fucking train wreck. Spinning wheel kick in the corner, followed by the Saito suplex, a middle rope suplex from Yujiro. Goto kicks out at 2. A terrible Yorogoshi from Goto. Not sure who fucked up more there, Yujiro or Goto on that one. That was just kind of a mess. Goto floors Yujiro with a forearm strike. Front GTR from Goto using the ropes, and Yujiro kicks out of. Yujiro grabs Marty Sami to prevent the back GTR. Jado hits Goto with a kendo stick. Yujiro with a super kick. Goes for it again. This time Goto grabs the foot as to stop it. A Yorogoshi into a GTR midair, and Yujiro kicks out of that. Christ, but follows it up with a regular GTR, and he gets the win. Too long of a match. Too much back and forth, but again, you gotta fill 2 hours, as main event time. Satoshi Kojima versus Evil, the last first round matchup. Evil runs over Kojima with a shoulder block. Kojima goes for a slingshot plancha and eats shit on it, as Evil sidesteps it. As Evil throws a chair at Kojima, catches it, and Evil forearms the chair into Kojima's face. Then he wraps Kojima's arm up in the chair and runs into the post. Evil continues to work on the arm inside the ring, as Kojima goes for a slingshot elbow drop on from the apron to the inside of the ring, but Evil rolls out of the way, out of the ring entirely. Evil with a senton to Kojima kicks out of 2. A DDT from Kojima. Kojima gets the boots up as Evil's charging him in the corner. Chops in the corner from Kojima, then turns him into machine gun chops from Kojima. A DDT on the apron by Kojima, and then a Koji cutter off the middle rope, and Evil kicks out of 2. Kojima goes for the laird, runs into a laird from Evil. Darkness falls. Kojima kicks out of 2, as again, Evil, this time, runs into the laird from Kojima. Brainbuster from Kojima. Evil kicks out of 2, as now, probably the dumbest spot in this entire tournament. Evil throws Red Shoes in front of Kojima to stop the laird. Then he grabs Kojima, throws him up on Red Shoes' shoulders, and they do the Magic Killer. It's fine when Red Shoes is blinded. I'll let you get away with that one. But this was fucking horseshit. This was just dumb. Evil again runs into Kojima. A lariat, runs into a Kojima lariat, rather, as Evil catches the lariat attempt with everything is Evil. What a great counter, and he gets the win with it. That will do it for that first round of the New Japan Cup. The best night for me was night 3. Worst night for me was night 4. Best match was Sho Shingo. Worst match, it's tough. It's either between Tenzan Yoshihashi or Goto and Yujiro. Just whichever one you prefer. I'm going to go with Tenzan Yoshihashi just because at least Goto doing stuff entertained me. Yoshihashi, just nothing entertaining about that. But Tenzan was great, but it was just flat as fuck with Yoshihashi doing anything. Evil and Goto's is set for round 2, so that's going to kick ass. And round 2 starts the next night. It's going to start on the 24th. So I'll be catching you guys in a couple of hours for my round 2 preview. I hope you all have found some comfort in round 1, as I will catch you guys again in a couple hours for my round 2 preview. Take care, everyone.